is going to be over microtonal music. Essentially, I'm going to be covering what it is, where it comes from, and where is it now. So, to understand what microtonality is, we have to know what tonality itself is. Tonality is our modern conception of how music works. You have an octave, which represents a 2-to-1 relationship between two notes. You all have seen a piano. There's a C, C's above it, C's below it. And then there's 12 equal steps between those octaves, all the white and black keys that reside between those C's on the piano. If you combine said white and black keys, you get a chromatic scale, which encompasses all of the colors of said Miss Link.
Control click.
Cool.
And click yes.
Yes. Need speakers. You hear that well?
Yes.
So that is all 12 notes that composers have worked with for the past not several thousand years, for about the past 1,000 years, ever since music theory was sort of codified with Pope Gregory's chants. Microtonality refers to any system of music that lies outside of this 12-tone harmony. That is not how it should be. Cool. So, to understand how this works, you have to understand that how scales and such are put together. So there's 2 different ways you can put together a scale. You can either take the octave or 2-to-1 relationship and split it into ways that aren't 12. So imagine a ruler is the metaphor I use. If you have a ruler, composers have been using 1-inch intervals on that ruler since, about the past 1,000 years or so. What if a composer wants to use a 1/2 inch or 2/3 of an inch? Or, 12/73 of an inch? People get way into this. So because math, equal divisions of the octaves, or EDO, represent irrational numbers. One half step, or one half step of your 12-note equal division scale is a 12th root of 2 behind something else. The other system is just intonation. You use perfect intervals of your perfect ratios. Your 2-to-1 octave corresponds to a 3-to-2 fifth, 4-to-3 fourth, and so on and so forth. These perfect ratios are the basis of the harmonic series. Wind instruments are tuned to just intonation. Pianos are tuned to equal temperament. So we're digging into the history of it. The Indonesian gamelan is a pretty big part of how interest of this got sparked up. According to the music theory spectrum, Claude Debussy was, really enthralled by this. I think it was the 1889 World's Fair. So we're gonna pull it up real quick. Removed since yesterday. Charles Ives also did some stuff with this, if you're familiar with Charles Ives. The big name in microtonal music is Harry Partch. Harry Partch was a academic and composer in, I think, about the late 40s or 50s. He wrote thousands and thousands of pages on how to make this work. Typically, how to apply upper level math to create these scales and such. Let's hope this is open. Cool. And this guy's stuff sounds kind of interesting. If this will load. So while this is loading, I'll keep going because it's a long time. So he has a lot of students who go on to do this and create sort of this wave of microtonality in music. One of his students' quotes is up there. So this becomes a lot easier in the modern day, where we can program a keyboard where you press a key and whatever note you want comes out. You don't have to make an orchestra like Harry Partch did. You don't have to, obsess over math like Harry Partch did. You press a note, or you press a key, or you press a button on a keyboard, and whatever you want comes out. So there's a lot more flexibility in how this works. In conclusion, we see microtonality brings a nearly infinite pool of possibilities for the composers of today. It has a lot of tradition and a lot of potential. And through microtonal music, we see that today's composer is a more versatile, more open-minded human being than ever before. Wow, I think that never loaded.